reason you should use me is I will get you results. I'll get them quickly. I'm not going to send you a bunch of resumes for the sake of sending you resumes. I call candidates. I qualify candidates. I know the marketplace. I know who's really movable, who's potentially movable for the right opportunity, and who's interested in your organization. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not in the business of wasting time. I'm a straight shooter. I don't play games. And I'll work whatever way you want. If you want everything to go through you, I'll work that way. If you want me to just deal with the managers and just keep you in the loop on the situation, you tell me. I'm like a chameleon. Whatever you need, I'll adjust to that. I think third-party recruiters are forced to know the marketplace inside out. I think the advantage to a third-party recruiter is they're objective, they're neutral, they're calling in all the companies all the time, and they know the marketplace. The candidates that we place, I would say 99% of the time, are not actively looking candidates. Some of them don't even have LinkedIn profiles, but they're candidates that we know about because we know who to call and ask. We're looking for XYZ. Who does this? Who are the 5 best people you know that could do this job? Not who's moving, not who's movable. If you were hiring, who are the 5 people that would do this job? And those names are the invaluable names you get using a third-party recruiter that are not going to be on some database or some monster.com or anything like that. That's going to be someone who truly knows the marketplace and knows who to call. Because if you're known in the marketplace and you call a director at XYZ company and he knows you, it's a very casual conversation. He or she picks up the phone, hey Brian, how you doing? What's going on? What are you working on? What do you need help with? It's a very easy conversation. If you're an internal recruiter calling from another company who may be a competitor, why are they going to help that person? But they're going to help the recruiter because at some point or another, that third-party recruiter will be able to help them, whether it's placing someone at that organization or helping them with their next move. Now, a company could have the same ad out there for a year. That passive candidate's not going to respond to that ad, but they may take my phone call and I may be able to open their mind to why they should at least explore the opportunity and talk to the company. And then from there, the company has to sell them on whether or not it's the right situation for them. The marketplace with which we work in specifically is neuroscience. Over the years, I've been doing this 16 years. Steve, who I work for, is doing it 23. Kind of I would say our bread and butter is neuroscience. As we have had success in respective organizations who have neuroscience departments, over the years they've asked us to take on searches in other areas. So you take them on because they're a good client. Then you get to know that universe of people. People hearing from us consistently enough where there's a comfort level with what we do. And they view us as, not as the recruiter, but as someone who's a consultant, someone they can call and bounce ideas off of. I've had hiring managers call me not to hire for a position, but to say, how do I handle this situation? I have this candidate that we made an offer to. I'm in this situation. What would you do? I've had candidates call me over the years. They asked my opinion on how to negotiate an offer, which I had nothing to do with, but they found that I guess I was more competent than the recruiter they were working with, or they trusted me and viewed me as a friend, as a consultant. I think a recruiter that truly is involved in their marketplace and knows the marketplace can accomplish more with one phone call than a recruiter who doesn't know a marketplace. You give me a search in a marketplace I know as I'm talking to the hiring manager, the first 20 phone calls I'm going to make. I know who to call, and if they're not exactly a match, they're going to point me in the direction of a match. Versus someone who doesn't know a marketplace, you have no relationship with any of these candidates you're calling. You don't know who to call, where to call, who to talk to. When you know a marketplace, you know who to call and why you're calling them. It's almost like utilizing a plumber who just is starting off in their trade, you know, as opposed to someone who's been doing it 20 years. The plumber's doing it 20 years, has seen everything in a book. There's not a pipe or a plumbing problem you can show them that they don't know. And if they don't have the solution, they know who to call to get the solution. Same thing with recruiters.